And on that note, we'll start.
Don't get punched in the dick.
Apparently, don't get punched in the dick.
Yeah, don't get punched in the dick. Just
So-
don't finger my ball sack. And I'll punch you in the dick.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for watching 4Up Gaming.
yeah, so this is 4Up Gaming. Got all of us here tonight again. In case you're wondering, we live in Colorado, so that's why we're supporting our local beer companies.
Of course.
Yeah, living golden actually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you gotta support them. So we've got a 2,000 point bat rep for tonight. We've got the Undead.
He's trying the Undead.
I'm trying
Pretty
it.
excited
Let's
about
give
that.
him the Undead a try. Jimmy's
I don't-
gonna give the
I
Undead a
don't
try.
see-
Everybody's trying
Yeah,
Town's
I'll
army,
see that.
Eric's army here. Except for Eric. He doesn't want to play his own army.
My homie's getting more action than a girl on prom night. So.
That's right.
And we got the dwarves back.
Yeah, bring the dwarves back. Try them out. See how they do. A little different list here. I don't know what I was going for. Threw something together. A real thought process behind it. More troops. I like the troop from the last game. If you guys watched, I played the Undead. I used a lot of troops. So trying some more troops here.
You've got
Lot more troops, yeah.
3 troops. That's
troops?
more than my normal 0.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, so normally it's just horde.
Yeah.
You just like the horde stack it a little bit.
A couple different individuals, different action, different style going on here.
It's nice to see the dwarves back on the board. Haven't seen them in like a month and a half, almost 2
Yeah.
months.
Has it been now?
It's been the Skaven, then we had the Skaven.
You guys did the Twilight King a little
Undead.
bit.
Twilight King.
Twilight
We tried that.
King,
I don't know if
yeah.
we posted that one.
We did not post that one.
Yeah, that was nonsense.
That was weird, so we didn't post that one. So yeah, we've got what did it get? Scenario 6. We got Kill and Pillage.
Oh yeah, this should be fun.
We've got five objectives.
Yeah,
So we'll go over how the board is laid out, the terrain. We'll go over deployment, and who got first turn. Did you guys roll for that?
We
I don't
haven't
think
rolled
we
for
have
that yet.
Haven't rolled- Okay, we'll get the rolling camera,
Yep.
and we'll go ahead and get this started. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You go first. All right.
I'm just kidding, I don't care. You're already on this side.
all right.
Just do him.
All right. All right, Tom. What do you got?
Got the dwarf army here. We got a unit of shield breakers right here with Brew of Sharpness. We'll start over here. Severi Eagle Axe.
Oh, I hate that guy.
He's pretty cool. I
hate that.
His base size is a little bigger, but he looks cool.
I hate that guy.
We got some unit of Rock Riders. Nothing special. Battle Driller.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a D6 plus 6 attacks.
He's like an individual monster. It's really
He's only
kind of weird.
9-1, so it's kind of weird.
It's really kind of weird.
Got a unit of Ironclad with Brew of Strength. Got the BSB. Got 2 units of Berserkers.
Troops.
Troops, yeah. Troop of Shield Breakers. A horde of Riflemen, something. Unit of Rock Riders Regiment. And a Battle Driller. That's my army.
I like it. I like it. There's a lot of balance. I mean,
I spread
there's
the whole table. I'm pretty happy about
some
that. I like
cav.
doing that. Got
You
some cav, got some hordes,
cav,
got
yeah.
some troops,
Got
some
some
individuals.
monsters.
I covered everything on this list.
yeah. Spheri's got pretty good movement too, so he can stay up there with Rock
With the
Riders.
Rock Riders, yeah, we'll double flank them in here,
Mhm.
except for the
Except for
Soul Reaver Cav.
the Soul Reaver Cav on
You're
your
not
other
gonna
flank.
Let me flank that side.
No, probably not. But Rock
Hopefully
Riders
not.
are fearless, right?
Yeah,
Fearless 20 million. So
something like that.
22, not 20 million.
looks like you got the hill over here to the right, or I guess it's on your left.
Yeah.
Your left flank.
Height 2 hill.
So it's gonna block your Rock Riders, which is good because then you can get good positioning.
Yeah.
You got the forest in the middle there. Not that it really slows down dwarves, but
Doesn't really
Because
slow
they're
down.
because they're already slow.
Undead, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm all shambling
Obstacle.
anyway.
got the obstacle over there.
Impassable.
Yeah,
Kind of covered the bases on everything. We got a little
Pretty good.
height 1 hill,
pretty good.
double height 4 forest in the center,
I like it.
little obstacle,
No blocking terrain.
blocking terrain.
I like
all
it.
sorts of good stuff.
I like it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and we'll show what the undead.
2 units of, that's my army.
Right.
Cool, good talk.
So yeah, the undead.
Revenants. 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 Lich King. Lich King. Both of them have Bane Champ.
Ooh,
Then we got Soul Reaver Cav. Soul Reaver Cav.
huh?
2,000 points. Well, 1995.
Picking up a theme here.
Yeah.
It's 2 Soul Reaver Cav. Looks like the vampires got a hold of some goblins.
Yeah, these are some nice goblin models.
Turned them into vampire goblins.
Vampire goblins is the most kind.
Soul Reaver, yeah, undead goblin Soul Reaver Cav. And then it looks like you got some old hex rates. That works. That works.
Yeah.
Like the hex rates. Seen them on the board.
You know, you have a huge bin, and I just kind of started pulling stuff out. So, yeah, we got a big collection.
I don't ever
of
want
stuff.
you talking about my bin ever again.
I'm surprised you didn't put anything
Don't act like you weren't happy
He's
when
got
I pulled out.
50,000 models.
I know. I've got.
space over
I've
there.
got like. I think I counted it one time. I think I have like 300.
Yeah.
I think it's like 300. Yeah. And all he did. Let's zoom in on this. I have about 300 undead models between skeletons and zombies. And you pulled out what 9 or 10? 9 or 10. And then you have one that's completely empty.
I can't make anything for those guys.
I have more than enough models for you to fill up.
Well, there's no
All of
border,
them.
and I don't want to get pissed off when I try and move them. So,
I'm pretty sure I had another movement tray. Anyway, yeah. So
if you got a problem, please press the dislike button and leave a nasty comment.
Or
We'll
just
get back to you promptly.
or just donate to us because we'll totally take money and buy more models.
You can't donate.
Well, if I set it up,
You
you
just send
could.
a check to.
Yeah,
Watch
just
a lot of advertisements.
yes, watch a lot of the
A lot of
commercials.
advertisements.
So it looks like you didn't really.
No, the board,
Favor
the board was
anything?
pretty sectioned off.
Yeah.
And I put that piece there, so it's pretty much like, from my side, it's pretty much 2 sections. So
Okay. So the
you got a big
impassable.
section where I can fit this many hordes, and
Right.
you get a small section where I can't fit that many hordes.
So this impassable is that what you're talking about? Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of dividing it a little bit. It looks like you got one unit in the forest. But I think the forest, you guys both have forest like right in your right outside your deployment, so I think that's good. It balances
And I
that
mean, I
out.
can only move 5 anyway, so it doesn't affect me at all. 'Cause
Right.
I'm shambling.
Well, you got your Lich Kings.
Lich Kings, yeah, but he can just go around it.
No, what I'm saying though is you can still shamble through a forest.
That's what I'm saying too. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
affect me.
So we're saying the
Forest.
same.
Yeah.
We're saying the same thing. Okay. So you got your speed on your left flank.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and see what happens. I guess. Oh, let's go ahead and roll. Let's roll and see what you guys get.
Got 6.
6,
Yeah.
4.
Going first.
Yeah.
How are you?
It's good to see another game with Jimmy and Tom. So, interesting matchup here. You know, we have the Undead versus the Dwarfs. I foresee this to be a pretty slow, lumbering army on both sides of the board. So, got a little bit of speed, but not much. You know, most of the movement obviously have shambling with the Undead, and then the Dwarves they're just slow in general. So. It's going to be what I think is going to be a long game, but it's going to be nonetheless, still going to be a good game. As of this turn, though, I mean, Tom's pretty much just setting up, looks like he's setting up a nice little flank over there on the right flank. He moves his Berserkers forward and gets a nice little angle there. So that way he can kind of mitigate those 2 Soul Reaver Cav units because, I mean, they're going to hit like a freight train. So he's got to do what he can to take care of that. You know, the thing is with this list build that Jimmy's running, you know, the Soul Reaver Cav kind of are the main punching force of this army, and it's really set up like a hammer anvil. You know, where the Revenants are really that anvil. They hold units in place, and then the Soul Reaver Cav come in and are the hammer. Tom's army is very balanced. You know, I like where his army is going, or at least with this. I don't know if he's going to be running this for the time being, but I like where this army is. It's nice, got a good balance, got some speed, but not a whole lot. So it's not going to divide the army, not going to keep half the army behind. You know, it's got some monsters, it's got some individuals, it's got some special characters. You know, everything that can really kind of, you know, add a little bit of different elements to different battles, and depending on who he's fighting, you know, they can kind of support each other in different ways if needed. So he's got some troop units in there that are good. Those Berserker units are definitely good troop units. As far as his tactic for this turn, he's really just advancing that battle line, getting into the forest there in the middle, and coming up over the hill, getting an angle with the Sphere Eagle Axe, although that impassable terrain on the bottom right hand corner is obviously going to make it difficult to swing that side, but he's still getting in position, so at least he's doing the first posturing in a way, and kind of showing Jimmy, you know, what's going to happen. a little bit and showing him that he's just going to hold it down on that left side and push the right flank a little bit. Okay, before we go any further, this segment is brought to you by Bonfire Burritos in South Golden Road in Golden, Colorado, because apparently we've been talking about it for the last 20 minutes. So, anyway, back to the game. So, what'd you do?
Turn 1. The most exciting turn of the game. So I moved up.
It wasn't really that exciting.
I moved up everything.
Spiri looks like he got over the hill.
He moved up a little quicker.
So I got a question. How the hell does somebody that fucking short get over a hill that fucking big?
He's cooking.
That quick?
He's got like a little thing he's riding on.
No,
A little thing he's riding on?
Skateboard like a
He's got a little thing he's riding on?
He's got a hoverboard.
Okay, alright. And then, so you brought the Brock Riders?
So he can move 16.
I know, I just think it's funny how a little fucking dwarf can move that far.
He's got fast little legs, man. It's Usain Bolt of the dwarfs.
Okay, fair enough. We got Brock Riders up there on the hill.
Yeah. With everything kind of marching forward. Over here, I'm pretty proud of this move.
Look at you setting up the flank there.
Setting up a flank, man.
The battle line.
I got 4 units to his 2 units, so I think I can do that over there. I think I can hold down against.
I even talked about it in the other bat rev how you like to always outnumber the opponent's units.
I like that.
And that's kind of one of your play strengths. I don't know how I'd say that. One of your tactics, I guess. It's one of your army tactics. Let's put it that way. Is that you like to always have more units on certain type, in a certain engagement than the opponent. It's like one of your tactics. So yeah, no shooting. Oh, that's right. You're shooting. You can't shoot.
He doesn't have too much.
I don't think I have any shooting.
You have riflemen, don't you?
The riflemen.
A horde of riflemen, right? But they can't shoot because you moved.
I
So
moved up. I marched to the blocking obstacle.
it's going to be interesting. All right, we'll go to Undead Turn 1. So, the Undead are going to do what they do. They're going to shamble forward. Part of them, they're going to get into the forest there and just keep advancing that line ever so slowly. I think Jimmy measured beforehand just to make sure that he was out of the charge arc, or the charge range, I should say, of that Brock Rider unit that's up on the hill. And then from there, he was really focused on the left side, moving those Soul Reaver Cav up and trying to get the most bang for his buck over there on that side. Ultimately, I think his strategy is if he can roll that left side, draw some pressure or some units from the middle off of the middle and push them onto that right flank, then he can advance with the Revenants and kind of hit pretty hard over there. Anyway, all right, what'd you do?
I moved forward. I moved forward with the Soul Reaver Cav. I moved forward with the Soul Reaver Cav.
Okay.
I moved forward with the Revenants, and the 2 Lich Kings.
So which ones are these again? These guys are Revenants, right?
Those are, I believe
those are Revenants? Those are Revenants?
I'd have to consult my list.
I forgot
pretty
what
sure.
this unit.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see.
Making sure.
Revenants? I think.
Revenants?
I can't tell by the models. It's hard to say.
Well, it's because you put zombies on there instead of... Well, yeah, I guess you've got a couple skeletons.
I have some things that look like Revenants right there. Kind of. I don't know.
Graveguard?
Revenants even look like.
my old Graveguard? Okay, fair enough. Graveguard are kind of, I think, what they thought
I have no
Revenants
idea.
would be. Okay, so you moved
I
up.
don't know what any of them look like.
We'll go ahead and go to turn 2. Well, after that amazing turn 1, we had to follow that up with an equally amazing turn 2. So, obviously, Tom is not just going to stand there and hold his ground. He's moving forward with the Berserkers, and I was amazed that he's holding back a little bit on his left flank, which has the Brock Riders and Sphere. I didn't quite know what he was trying to do there, but he's actually holding his line there. But the right flank of his, he's advancing quite nicely and trying to get up over that hedge, at least with one unit, which I think he's going to use as chaff to try and bait Jimmy into charging. And then he's going to countercharge with the other units as well. All right, so turn 2 for the dwarves. The dwarves.
Dwarfs.
I was going to say the dwarven, but they're Dwarden or whatever.
Dwarden.
The Dwarden.
So stupid.
So what did you do? Because it looks like your battle lines
I moved up.
pretty similar.
Slightly.
Okay.
Moved up. Pretty much just moved. Little dwarf move.
One shot.
4-inch. I shot over here. Did 5
Rifleman,
wounds. Got wavered.
5. Yeah, I rolled
Wavered the
11.
Soul Reaver Cav. Oh,
I'll take
man.
that. Man. Give me 4 units against 1 unit. All day.
Yeah, that's not looking good over there.
No, it's good. It kind of fucks up the charge next turn for sure.
All right, well, if that's it, we will go to turn 2 for the undead. So I forgot to mention the Soul Reaver Cav did get wavered. So on that side, one of the Soul Reaver Cav, the one furthest in the flank over there, did get wavered. So interesting enough, I mean, that obviously messes him up. He can't dual charge that turn. Slows down that left flank. Really good for Tom. You know, we had a rule discrepancy here with shooting over the hedge over there, which was treated as an obstacle. You know, our issue was obviously they weren't, the dwarves were right up to the hedge. They were not in the hedge, though. And so we figured that we at least looked at it as if the dwarves could shoot over the hedge and didn't really offer any cover. Please let us know if we're wrong on that, because that was one of those things that we couldn't really determine based on the rules. So please tell us in the comments below if we were right or wrong in that determination as far as cover goes with obstacles. So unfortunately, the impassable, or the blocking terrain's right in the way. So tell me what you did.
I just moved all this up, and then I charged over here. I did 14 wounds.
That Soul Reaver Cav unit has the Potion of the Caterpillar, right?
Nice save.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I heard you. You've been snaked.
So, yeah, thank God you have the Potion of the Caterpillar there.
So
You did
so I put it right there by
14.
that edge.
You did 14 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good. Missed their
6.
nerve by 1. Would have been a waiver, right?
Would have been a waiver.
Missed their nerve by 1, so that's kind of sad. But
That's all right. I don't foresee
at least you disorder them, so the next turn at least they can't shoot. So
Yeah.
you disordered them. They can't shoot. That's nice. However, there are a lot of supporting units over there.
There are. That's sick.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt
For
bad,
sure.
especially those berserkers
Yeah.
around the side there. They're gonna be able to hit. He'll probably move his chaff out of the way.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and see what happens. It's nice to see some combat. We'll go ahead and see what happens next turn. So, just to be clear, so we all know that the one obstacle, or not, yeah, the one obstacle that is actually behind the Soul Reaver Cav now is actually supposed to be in front of the Soul Reaver Cav. They just moved that shrubbery out of the way in order to make combat a little bit cleaner on that front facing. Because originally it was right there in front of the rifleman, and that's why his Potion of the Caterpillar helped him, because it helped him go through the obstacle that otherwise would have hindered him. So, you know, Tom made an interesting error here, or I wouldn't say an error necessarily, but his tactics for a moment there was lacking, and then he ended up changing his mind and actually moving back. But I was actually worried for him at first because he had moved that orc driller, or not the orc driller, the battle driller up in front of the Brock Riders. And so I was thinking, I'm like, you know, if that thing, it's an individual monster, so if the Soul Reaver Cav hits and takes out the Battle Driller, which, come on, they're Soul Reaver Cav, they probably will, and that's just a hill that they're on, so they're not going to be disordered. You know, they could just roll right through that Battle Driller, roll a 2 on consolidation, and then just hit right into the Brock Rider. So effectively, he might have an opportunity to take out 2 units, or at least take out 1 and then get in combat with another. 2 units there, and of course Tom, I think, saw that and moved his Brock Riders back. So this is definitely one of those things too that we kind of thought about, or at least I thought about off camera, and was just kind of thinking in my mind that I'm like, you know, Tom doesn't usually make mistakes like that, and of course he corrected himself. So unfortunate for Jimmy that he corrected himself. Good play for Tom. Well, that one was close.
Yeah.
So
Soul Reaver Cav.
so yeah, right. So we're at what, turn? No, it can't be turn 2. It's got to be turn 3.
Turn 3.
It's turn 3.
Yeah, it's bottom of 3. So
Top 3. Tom just went.
I thought you had first. I thought you had. Oh, did he hit
first.
Okay, sorry, never mind. We're at top of 3, and so we have berserkers that flanked your
Oh, I should have got double attack.
Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that doesn't seem right. They did initially no damage.
yeah. They did initially no damage, so we'll see. Right now, he's only got 1 wound on him from the rifleman.
Three more.
That's still 4. Still not bad.
No, it's not bad.
So It wouldn't matter because you rolled a 1 and a 3.
Yeah.
Or a 1 and a 2 or something like that. So you're good. Yeah. Nerve was already rolled, but...
Wait, did you do 4 more or 3? 3 more.
4 more.
You did 4 more?
So is that 5 then?
Okay.
And then did they charge? Well, let's see. They didn't counter charge. They flank charged.
Who?
I'm trying to think where they were.
Berserkers.
Would they have aligned into the hedge or no?
It's so... No, I don't think so, because look,
You could pull
he's
back.
it's so close.
That's right, because you pull back 1 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would have pulled
so
back.
yeah.
So yeah, he's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Like, I think they would have aligned, and then I thought about it. Yeah.
So that could have went a lot worse for you.
It could have been bad, man.
Thank God, Soul Reaver Cav's defense 6.
Yeah.
What are the Berserkers? What's their? I thought they had like crushing 2 or something.
Nothing.
Really?
They're cheap.
No way.
25-point troop with 20 attacks.
Okay.
These guys have crushing one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't they? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've got crushing. They've got Thunderous.
Thunderous one.
They got Thunderous 1.
Oh, Thunder's one. Okay.
Other than that, looks like you moved back with your Brock Riders to separate yourself from your individual there. Moving around the flank there, and this battle line is just holding. So it's just holding,
We're basically looking at each other.
just staring at each other. Tumbleweeds are rolling across the middle, and you guys are just staring at each other.
The undead can wait all day. Right?
Yeah,
They don't
I'm
even
sure
need
they
to eat.
Yeah.
You've got what? Where are the objectives? You've got one. You got 2 objectives here. Tom, you've got
Tom's got
1, 2,
3.
3. So you're holding 3 objectives. All right. So you're gonna somehow force him off that other objective and not lose your 2. And yeah, we'll see what this is kind of like where the game is over here on the left side.
Right now, yeah.
It's
You
coming
know?
this way, though.
It's gonna be next turn. This is gonna hurt a little bit. Hopefully
Yeah.
you can do something here.
I don't know if I can next turn. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see what happens turn 3. So Jimmy got himself in a little bit of a conundrum here. He has the Soul Reaver Cav unit that got stuck hitting the rifleman. So now he's going to face, and I think he decides to face and attack and countercharge the Berserkers. I had a difference of opinion, obviously, on this, but he's the one playing the game, as Tom so eloquently pointed out. But, you know, it was one of those things. It was a good debate. It was a good talk, you know. I'm not trying to play the game for Jimmy. Nobody's trying to play the game for him. But one of the fun things about having multiple people in a game or watching a game at the same time is that you can debate moves and tactics. You know, I was saying, you know, just go ahead and hit the rifleman again and do enough wounds to kill them and then run through them and get out of that mess that you're in. And whereas Jimmy was saying, I'm going to take out the Berserkers. They have a lesser break. They're 3s in defense, and I can take them out. So we both had opposing views of what to do. He eventually was able to take out the Berserkers, and then he turned and faced so that way he was facing the direction of the Brock Riders. So still not a bad play at all. I mean, obviously, who's to say which one is better? Ultimately, it's up to the guy playing the game. So it was a good play, and got his units both faced around to look at the Brock Riders.
Oh, you mean the advice that I didn't take, so it doesn't matter?
So
He's allowed to talk if he wants. It doesn't mean anything.
so let's talk about what happened.
We had 2 charges, and that was pretty much it. All this stuff over here remained stationary, and we charged in over here. We countercharged the Berserkers, killed them,
myself
and then
out.
we charged the Battle Driller and killed it.
Okay.
That was it.
All right. Yeah, those guys are out of the game now. The Berserkers.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're not. I don't want anybody at home. I don't want anybody at home thinking they're like somehow support that's coming up.
They're gonna come back in and wreck shit.
Yeah, right.
Hell
You
yeah.
bet, from across the board. Cool. So this whole rest of your guys' army is still just kind of
Stayed where it is.
hanging out.
We're looking at each other.
So right now it's
It's
a
eventually gonna go down.
was 2, 3, 4. So it's a 600-point game right now. I like
so
it.
much.
I like
so
it.
much over here.
I like it. It's getting thinner over here, and over here it's not getting thinner. So, all right, I guess we'll go ahead and go to what turn are we on?
4. Top 4.
Top 4. We'll go ahead and go to top
Alrighty.
4.
I gotta speed this shit up.
Yeah, man. So it's turn 4 here. Tell me, I know it's Dwarf's turn 4, but I got Jimmy here. So, what's going on in the game right now? Like, what are you worried about?
Pretty much, I'm still just trying to commit to that left flank and see if I can't crush it. He held back quite a while, so I was just kind of waiting to see if I could get through on that side. Throughout the whole game, I totally forgot Life Leech too, so I had a couple big waivers on that side that kind of held me up. That sucked, and I missed him by like 1, 2, so.
Yeah, and Soul Reaver has Life Leech too.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that would have helped you, and you had some good combats there.
Yeah, they did they did really good actually. Forgot Life Leech, got wavered and got flank charged, and they still held. So
that's the thing about the Soul Reaver Cav. Like during especially this turn, they had like the worst case scenario happen to them, and they still didn't die. Like I mean, they still held. I mean
exactly.
I mean that goes to show just how awesome that unit is, or how nerfed, or whatever you want, or not nerfed, but how broken, or however you want to say it. That unit is just solid, and it should be for 300 plus points.
Yeah, I mean, you get all the points out of it that you pay for. And the rest of the undead army, it's just a weird mix. The way I ran my army, I needed something that was that tough, so that's what I went with.
So it looks like he also moved up on his left flank, which is your right flank, and it's the first time we actually see combat on that side of the board. I think he charged into your Revenants with the Brock Riders and with Spheri. Were you at all worried about that side?
No.
Okay. Yeah, neither was I. I mean, that's a lot of defense 5. Even if he gets through that one on the edge there, you have one right behind it. You have Actually, you have 2 objectives on that side of the board. Unfortunately, from this camera angle, I didn't think about it, but there is an objective right behind that blocking piece of terrain, that gigantic bastion.
Yeah, and he moved away from it too. Pretty much my entire game plan came down to pretty much the Soul Reavers being able to get through on that side.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it would have worked, like I said, if I had forgot or had remembered Life Leech. I would have gotten back. What did they go through? Like 3 turns of attacking or something?
Oh my gosh.
At least 4 points of damage. So, it could have been different, but pretty much I stuck to my game plan and.
Yeah, Life Leech you don't have to test for, which is nice, so you just automatically get it back.
Right, as long as you do that many wounds.
Right, and they wounded every time unless they were wavered, so... Yeah, it was definitely... this turn was definitely, like... It was like, for me, it was like, finally, they're hitting on that side, we're going to see what happens, and, there was definitely... I mean, there was no saying... They just held on both sides.
Yeah, and I forgot Life Leech on my Revenants, too. So... Stupid ass rule.
So I've got to mention the epic whiff that happened over here. How many 2s did you roll?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of 2s.
It's like 7 2s.
No.
Did waver, yeah.
You wavered these guys too?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you whiffed over there too. Yeah, you whiffed in both. So they're wavered. The Soul Reaver Cavs wavered, and those guys are fine.
Yep.
So that's interesting. I'm glad that your army.
I'm glad there's combat going on over here.
Yeah, it's nice. We finally got something, so I can actually move the camera back over here eventually. But it's funny though. Oh god, that smells so bad. Oh my god, that was bad.
I think it's like liquid. I think it's like liquid shit, dude.
Oh, let's get through this really quick. So the Brock Riders and Spheri came in, epically failed. Even my camera's having problems focusing.
Did 6. The Brock Riders did 2.
God, man.
Brock Riders win.
That is so bad.
Spheri did good.
If only my zoom was better. Oh god, sorry people. That's really bad. Alright, so Spheri did a couple. Brock Riders did a couple. Couldn't do anything against the Revenants. That's the only combat we had over there. And pretty much still the whole game is over here on this side of the board. This should be a game of Dead Zone. It's like a 4x4 fucking square that everything's happening in. So we'll go ahead and go to bottom of 4 once Jimmy goes and cleans his pants after shitting them. God, that reeks so bad. So just so everybody at home knows what happened there, Jimmy ripped ass really bad, and that stunk so bad. And so we actually had an in-depth discussion about whether or not you'd be knocked for sportsmanship. So
I think you would.
Yeah, I think that was bad. It was so bad. This turn went pretty quick. I think you just countercharged everything. And
pretty much. I mean, I set up my line. He hit my line. There was really nothing else going on. I countercharged, and that was it.
Did you charge into the Battle Center Bear this turn?
I think I did, actually.
Yeah,
And then it blew up and
right.
halted me.
Yeah, so I think then you actually did charge into the Battle Center Bear there, which of course, you know, Tom had a sneaky little crystal pendant of retribution. Was it unexpected? Yeah. Was it necessary?
I didn't expect it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it
50
did.
points on
It
us.
did end up helping a little bit.
It did.
Because it totally halted the overrun.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about that. And he did put like 10 wounds on that unit too, which kind of sucks.
Right.
Saves like 1 turn of combat at least.
Which was bad for that side, actually.
Yeah. So on the left flank there, I see that you didn't countercharge back into those dwarves, the troop. You actually flank charged the Brock Riders.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they were the most dangerous thing on that side, so it seemed like the best plan, and that's what I did.
Yeah. You know, I agree with you on that. The other units wavered. It's just going to be sitting there. Might as well get a flank, especially on the Brock Riders, because they're just gross. I mean, they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I almost didn't kill them with the flank either.
Yeah, they're just so gross. Fearless 22, I think. Granted, they're only like 4s in defense, but oh my god, they're Fearless 22. It just sucks. I mean,
points cost to movement to sheer number of attacks is pretty ridiculous.
And then it looks like on the right side, the right flank, you guys are just grinding it out. I mean, that's all I could say about it.
Pretty much, yeah. And then that was my plan the whole time, is to try and grind it out and get my cav around. Unfortunately, they got held up, so that is what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, with this turn, I mean, it felt like it went forever. You finally killed the Brock Riders. Those riflemen, they just stayed. I mean, they didn't go anywhere. They couldn't, of course, they couldn't kill anything because they weren't countercharging you. So they still had to take a -1 for going through the obstacle. And yeah, I mean, that just they were hitting on what, 5s or 6s, and then wounded on 6s.
Oh yeah, they were hitting on 6s. That's right. Yeah, they were pretty much doing nothing.
And yeah, there was a roll next turn that I think you're being pretty generous by letting him do, but that's just me.
Yeah, in retrospect, yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. But, you know, it's a friendly game. We're not playing in a tournament, so, you know,
exactly.
It is what it is. So let's talk about that janky shit we just saw. That was actually pretty cool.
So his turn, so let him talk about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's your turn. So what happened?
We did some charges. We charged these guys in, did 8 points of damage. They're good. I did 5 there. They're good. We just kind of shifted these guys over, charged the BSB. The BSB had a nasty little surprise.
What did he have? What did he have?
I forget what the hell it's called.
Crystal Pendant of Retribution.
Crystal Pendant of Retribution. So I killed him. He blew up, did 10 wounds, and he caused me to not be able to overrun into the Berserkers. So they're stuck in place with 10 fucking wounds.
Crystal Pendant. Oh, you like
Crystal
that?
Pendant. Oh my god, dude,
I don't like that.
that is the first time we've ever seen that used in one of our games.
I had to bust it out. I was like,
50 points. 50 points. It's the most expensive piece of war gear in the game.
Oh yeah.
And it is cool. Like I don't know if I'd ever take it, but that's cool. Like I like it. It's pretty cool. And it's one way to like take the morale out of somebody's army.
I've taken it once before.
It's kind of
that was actually a good.
It was a really good play.
Actually,
I was wondering why he ran his BSB in front. I was like, why is he doing that? Why is he running the BSB in front?
Like
well, it's because he's gonna freaking explode. That's why.
And then stop the overrun. So good play. We got a flank with the Soul Reaver Cav on the Brock Raiders. Killed him, and then we repositioned.
Flank.
Yeah, we're gonna take a flank there.
So why didn't you reposition? Like, why didn't you reposition him this way?
I'm gonna
Why
take
didn't
that
you
chance. I'm gonna try and get him up because these guys are more than likely gonna die. I'm gonna take the chance there. They should be able to hold strong.
Okay.
I hope, and then hopefully
try and take out the rifleman. Okay.
So
All right.
that's why I did it. I mean, it's just kind of like the lesser of
Right.
two evils, pretty much. So
Sounds good. I'm sure the people in YouTube land are wondering why you did it, so that's why I'm asking. Looks good.
I mean, sometimes you have to make random calls like that when you're outnumbered like 3-1. So just hope for the odds.
Yeah. Works. Crystal Pendant of Retribution.
Rocking it. 50-point item. Had some points to spare.
That's pretty cool. It was pretty
cool. In there.
That was pretty cool. I gotta say, I was not expecting that. And
I mean, I didn't really like it, but You know,
Well, taking
that's what it is.
taking down 10. This is piercing 3. You roll a D or roll a 10 on a 2d6.
Hey, she's taking my dice.
Yeah.
I roll 7, so.
It is what it is. You know, that works.
Turn 5. I'll tell you right now. I was a little shocked that this game went this long until I saw the first couple rounds of movement, and then I saw that it was gonna be a slow moving game. You know. Yeah, I mean, as far as his turn, I mean, he flank charged the cav. So after you killed the Brock Riders, what decision did you make to not pivot them and face? What were you thinking there?
Woohoo!
So the Soul Reaver cav, the bottom of the screen, kind of left side, and you flank charged the Brock Riders. You killed them, and then you left them there. Why didn't you pivot them around to face the dwarves?
I forgot.
Okay. All right. Well, and that is the grand tactical decision that screws most of us up, is we forget sometimes.
No, I just totally didn't even think about it.
I was wondering about it.
I kind of started the movement, and I think I got distracted.
Okay.
And started doing something else, and then I forgot to come back.
Okay. Yeah, because you probably would have. I mean, you'd have been able to turn and face the other unit, so that the rifleman wouldn't have gotten a flank. Although I think he ended up shooting him after he'd already done combat on him, which is weird.
And we resolved him, so I nerve checked him too. And then he decided he wanted to shoot. No, I'm just
Okay, so we're at top of 5? Top of 5?
Yeah.
Pretty much everything is in combat except for your Lich Kings.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 waivers over here.
Yeah. 2 waivers
on the Soul Reaver cap. That's big.
That was big.
That's big. That's huge. Two waivers.
But
Tons of wounds.
They took 3 fucking rounds of combat and didn't waver.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
They're still cav.
That's what they do, man. It's what they do. They're
So
just...
gross.
I mean, if they're as close to a Death Star unit in this game, I'd probably say they're one of them, you know?
It'd be gross to like a Lich King or something with them. Give them something gross.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I used to run more in our very first games. I ran Morgoth and the Lich Kings with them.
Yeah.
Because it was just heal.
Yeah.
Heal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you give them heal and inspiring, and they're broken.
That's Death Star.
They're broken. But there again, I mean, you're also looking at. It's expensive.
Points.
I mean, it's
1,000
expensive.
points. Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely something to think about for those of you that want to do undead lists out there. You know, the Soul Reaver cav are gross.
If you're going to do a horde army, your hordes don't have any punch. So it's probably not a bad idea to use them.
Yeah, I think the undead actually do have some punch, though, in some of their smaller units.
Yeah.
They do.
Smaller units.
But if you're going to go, I'm just saying if you're going to go like horde, like
Oh, yeah.
skeletons,
I see what you're saying.
horde revenants, horde zombies.
Right. You got to give yourself something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So here we got revenants with 18 wounds on them, and you passed your nervous pass. So we're good there. Got a unit here in the middle. They got what, 6 wounds or something on them? 4 wounds.
Not bad.
God, pretty much did everything hold?
Everything held, yeah.
All your revenants held?
All the revenants held, yeah.
So we had combat here,
This
we had
one
combat
I was really
here.
worried about dying. That one was fucking lucky.
Yeah, we had combat everywhere on here, and it actually held. I'm pretty surprised.
I am too, actually.
He held
I'm just
Holding the line.
Definitely
Yeah,
held the
holding the line. So yeah, Lich Kings are what, 145?
145 plus 20 with Bane Champ 3.
Yeah.
So,
And then, see, the problem with me is I always gave them heal, because I liked heal with them. But then it's like 30 extra points.
yeah.
They start getting
I just can't
expensive.
do it. Because what am I going to get? Like maybe 2-3 wounds back on these guys for 30
Right.
extra points? Fuck it.
Per turn.
Yeah.
You have 2 of
fuck
them. You get heal 12. Yeah. That sucks.
That doesn't suck. It's just
I know, I'm being
when you have
sarcastic.
like when you have
I'm being
a high break,
sarcastic.
when you have a high break, it's
Yeah. Well, and it depends on
Six
what you want to do with your army. It depends on what your build is, what your design is,
Yeah.
and how you're gonna run your game. Yeah. So I mean, it just depends. But you do have that option with Lich Kings, which is
the Lich
nice to
Kings
give you
actually have
flexibility.
A lot of options.
Yeah.
I wanted to use the Cursed Pharaohs, but the Lich Kings are probably twice as good.
Yeah, they give you a lot of options.
Yeah.
And those are some awesome Lich King models, by the way.
Yeah, they're skeletons.
2 skeleton models.
2 skeletons.
They don't even have anything special, just like a shield
Nope.
and a sword.
They just look like skeletons. So yeah, pretty much we're this is a big battle line over here. Cav are probably going to go down. Pretty much, I think the sunrise is coming up over here, so they're getting hit by the sunlight, so they're probably going to bake.
Burn
you know.
finally.
Yeah.
They were good overnight. Yeah,
Yep.
just getting burned alive.
So we'll go ahead and go to bottom of 5.
Bottom of 5.
Bottom of 5. Yeah. So I think you finally turned and faced things, which is good. You didn't lose your Soul Reaver Cav, although the one unit in front of the Rifleman is still wavered. You finally got into combat. You didn't take out the Berserkers, right? Yeah, because they ended up grabbing an objective.
Huh?
Because they ended up...
those Berserkers, no.
Yeah.
I took out the Brock Riders, but not the Berserkers.
That's right. And that right flank, man, it's just... Your right flank, at least. Spheri's a little douche, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
I mean, there's no way around it. I think you took out the battle driller.
His movement is what really throws me off.
Yeah, it's
16-inch movement. He's like a dwarf with like, what is he, on a horse or something?
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be. And granted, we don't have the right model for it, but or at least Tom doesn't have the right model for it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking it was this fucking dwarf that was like flying around on magical boots or something.
I know, right? And he's like even wearing chainmail. So we just had a very serious question. If somebody rips ass and it stinks really bad in a tournament, would you knock them for sportsmanship?
No, dude, that's stupid.
If you guys think, what do you think?
Dude, that show's funky.
What do you think, right? Would you knock them for sportsmanship
I
on
would
that?
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, really?
This dude reeks, right? So I want you guys to post a comment in the comments section letting me know if you guys would knock a dude for sportsmanship, because I mean this was bad.
There's a line.
It made, yeah, right. It made our eyes water. It smelled so fucking bad. What is that, like corned beef? Is that corned beef
I don't know,
from the
I'm pretty sure it
Reubens?
was either you or you.
Oh bullshit! Bullshit! It was so bad. All right, so trying to regain consciousness here. Okay, so what happened? Looks like you killed some stuff over there. There's no longer a unit next to Spheri.
Yeah, they held strong. They got a pretty good roll on the Rock Riders.
Not bad.
Killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good rolling.
Actually, all my rolling was pretty good.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
It was hot.
Put some
So
wounds.
next turn, if they can live, I might be able to kill them something.
Nice.
So, they actually I rolled pretty good on them too.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, really good.
11
they held
wounds.
strong though.
Yeah.
It's a big horde, so one turn of combat's usually not going to do it.
Right.
I put 10 wounds on them. You can't see it, but they have 10. They held strong. Tom rolled a 5, so they're good. Killed the driller, the battle
Oh
right here.
shit! All right, sorry.
Those two over there, the two Soul Reaver Cav were wavered, so
Yeah, they couldn't do anything.
they
They just turn
couldn't
and
do anything.
face.
They
Coming back in now.
yeah.
Turn and
They're dead
face.
now.
And over here, you killed the driller, right? I know you said it, but I
Yeah.
sneezed during that. Sorry. All right. Well, you know, I was a little worried for you the last turn, but actually, they're holding. They're doing what Revenants do. They're holding.
Huh? You were worried last turn?
I was worried for you.
Yeah.
I was worried
about that one.
You
Yeah.
were outnumbered, and I was really worried. Yeah, and if he could have buckled that side, that would just make it that much harder. So, but you came back with a vengeance. Yeah, it's going to turn 6, everybody. It's going to turn 6. So we'll see what happens here. Top of 6.
Sorry.
So I think this ends up being the last turn, and it's just brutal. I think he finally takes out the Soul Reaver Cav, right?
He does. I think he finally takes out both of them, actually.
Yeah, which is just crazy. And jumps on another objective. Isn't this where he decides to not charge but decides to shoot them, or was that last turn?
No, this is this turn.
Yeah. So pretty much what he does with the Rifleman, he charges in with the Rifleman. Tom charges in with the Rifleman. Does horrible, and then decides, oh, never mind, I want to shoot with them. Right?
He didn't do. Well,
Yeah.
no, he did one.
He did one wound, which wouldn't have made a difference. And then decides to, no, wait, I want to actually shoot with them, and does significant damage with that.
I think it wasn't that many more points, actually.
But they still had a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that went to turn 6.
Yeah, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So we went ahead, or I didn't. Jimmy
We
went ahead
called
and
it.
called it.
Yeah. With the objective, he's sitting on about 2,000 points, and I have about
2 units left.
pretty much, yeah, with one objective and then 2 Lich Kings, so it's pretty much over.
Yeah. So how'd it go?
It was actually alright. It was the first time playing the Undead. I
Yeah.
wrote the list together, and I don't think it did bad. It didn't have quite as much punch, but it had good survivability. Soul Reaver Cav got kind of bogged down. I probably should have just ran him in a block with my units and just made one badass block that could hit. But,
Yeah,
you know,
surprising just castle up this side.
yeah, I should
I was
have
gonna
just,
spread you
honestly
out.
should have just canceled. Putting the Soul Reaver Cav over on this side and then putting all my Revenants over on this side definitely took away all my punch.
I was very impressed with the Revenants. They held.
They did good.
They hold really
Shockingly.
good, actually.
Yeah.
Did you remember your life
Fearless-
leech?
I didn't, actually.
Oh, yeah.
actually
So,
was
geez.
so
Forgot
Soul
about
Reapers
last
also have life leech too. They have life leech. Well, they have life leech too.
Actually, that would have changed a lot of things. That would have stopped me from wavering. So actually, that would have been totally different. Because I would leech back 8 points almost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been a lot. I mean,
So,
actually,
I would
life leech too every
actually
round
been
combat.
able to crush this side and run through. So that's something to remember. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I didn't tally up to life leech at all throughout the whole game.
Yeah. And even over here, it's life leech too every time you're in combat. I mean,
Which
it's
would
not,
say
it's
those
not
guys.
much, but it's something.
We'll just say 2 units over the course of 3 turns of combat. So, but it is what it is. I actually kind of like the list. I'll probably change it around a little bit, but not too much.
It's not bad. Undead, there's something to them. They're a good army. Definitely something to look into.
What about the dwarves?
Oh man, rock stars. They held it down.
Anybody that includes Sphere Eagle Axe in their army is a
Yeah.
douche. No, that guy is awesome.
badass.
Like seriously, I
Points.
hate him because I respect him. So that's clearly what it is. I might actually make a banner for my elves that say I hate Sphere Eagle
It's
Axe.
just slow moving dwarf army.
Yeah.
Bunch of wards. Nothing special about this army.
Except for the Crystal Pendant of Retribution.
That was pretty awesome.
Blows
That
up.
was a good
takes
play.
me like,
that.
That was a good play. That really stopped
Oh,
that
man.
fucking overrun. Which
I like
was
that. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't
So-
see that coming.
Yeah.
That was a nice little
I
shot.
had points left. I was like, man, I gotta figure out something. There it was.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Gotta try it out. Not bad.
Well,
worked out pretty good, yeah. Stopped the overrun.
God, 10.
Yeah, 10
I
sucked.
mean, it could be a 2, could be a 12. Yeah. I was lucky to get a 10, so I'll take that.
most valuable unit for the dwarves.
You know, I like Sphere. Sphere held it down. He did well.
I'd agree. Sphere's a bastard. But I don't know, man. I think those riflemen,
They did pretty good too.
That
like,
waiver on turn
12
one.
12
Yeah, that
wounds.
was huge.
I mean,
That sucked.
yeah, they shot up a unit, they held an objective, and they also like didn't die.
Yeah,
I mean,
they just held it down behind that hedge.
and they just kept beating, and they
Right
eventually
over the
took
top.
out a unit soldier for cav.
Yeah,
You know?
they did pretty good.
5 fucking turns of combat, pretty much.
Yeah, they held it down. What about your least valuable unit?
Oh, I got dead. Oh,
What do you have that's dead? Yeah,
Battle Driller.
Battle
For
Driller.
sure.
Yeah, they
Not so
didn't
great.
change it.
I mean,
for how many points are they?
70 points.
Yeah.
So not bad.
Oh, actually, yeah, for 70 points.
It's not bad.
They're worth it.
Wow.
I mean, brutal, crush strength 1. They're not too bad. They were points filled. So I'm okay with them. Not great in this game. Maybe overall.
I think they're good for getting in the way. They're good for
Which he did.
multi
He got in the
charging
way, yeah.
and stuff like that. And I think for those purposes, they worked well for you.
What I like is the individual. So, Dragon Lion's here, individual can charge.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
Individual doesn't need to see you line of sight, anything.
you can pivot. It gets that free
Pivot,
pivot.
yep.
Yeah, gets that free
You
pivot.
charge
support.
360.
So that's, I mean, it is cool. It is a cool little perk too.
It's a great flying
Including individuals.
anti-stopper.
And I know that a lot of tournament play and a lot of play in general is going towards flyers. And I know even with Clash of Kings, it nerfs them a little bit to where you can do that. That's viable. You can hit a flying unit with an individual. All you gotta do is 1 wound, and it loses
Yeah.
its fly.
Oh, yeah.
And also, if it's nimble because of fly, it loses nimble too.
Yeah.
So you can really mess up a unit just with one
Oh, yeah.
75 point.
70-point model.
Can
Yeah.
can hold a dragon in place for the rest of the army, or whatever it is that your flying unit is, a unit of Dracon riders or whatever, can hold them in place. That's all you gotta do is 1 wound. Even if after that it's probably gonna die, you can then charge them with other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that unit contained for at least a turn. Keep them from flying around you and hopping around you. What about you? What's your most valuable unit?
Definitely the Soul Reaver Cav.
Which one?
They both did equally as well, actually. I forgot Life Leech, which totally blew ass.
I know, it
but,
sucks.
Yeah,
that
that
sucks.
That would
And
be
then Life Leech
Leech
too.
too.
That would have been 6 wounds back. And
Yeah.
I failed on the waiver with each one of those twice this game, so
They did get wavered a lot, didn't they?
they
Seemed
did
like they
yeah,
got wavered
twice.
a lot.
So that Life Leech would have totally changed it. I would have been wavered. But definitely the Soul Reaver Cav. They're both equally as good, I feel like. I set them up so I put the one with the most speed on the side, and then I put the one with the Pathfinder running through the hedges. So They both did equally as good, I feel like. They take a lot of fucking hits. They take
Oh yeah.
I mean,
If
like,
it's
they
six,
just,
it hurts.
it's gross.
It's
I mean,
amazing,
even
yeah.
Crushing 2, like, he's got that chaff unit. Crushing 2 is huge. Like, most units don't have Crushing 2. And that still is just kind of like, yeah.
Fours.
So,
Like fours. Yeah, sixes
Soul Reaper
definitely
Cav for
things.
sure. Those cav are freaking disgusting. So,
Yeah.
Broken.
Broken for sure.
least I can't really say because I had Soul Reaper Cav and Revenants. Revenants were really good. So, least valuable unit.
Maybe the unit that didn't do
I mean,
anything.
pregnants. Yeah.
I guess.
The unit of Revenants that stayed behind the other unit. Kind of got stuck.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Didn't do anything.
That sounds good to me.
Didn't do anything. Cool. All right. Well, I think that'll be it for tonight. We'll try and get another bat rep out next week, hopefully, just depending on how everybody's schedules goes. We even try and get a podcast or a, what do they call it now? Vlog or vlog?
No, it's not a vlog because we're not actually recording ourselves.
That's true. We're not. So I guess it's still a podcast.
It's still a podcast.
We may try and
just
get
with
another
the
podcast
background.
out. It depends on if we have time for it.
We're gonna have to come up with a new word for that.
A podcast?
Podcast with a visual background. It's not a vlog, but it's not just a podcast. So,
Sure. You guys got anything else?
nope.
That's it.
All
That's
right.
it. It was a good game. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Like to play the
So-
ogres next time.
Yeah,
Why?
I'll bring the ogres.
Yeah.
And,
Be a good game.
yeah, first time playing the Undead, they were fun.
Yeah.
Go for
Different
it.
army for sure.
You can do a lot with them.
Surprised no
Actually.
surge, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, with your horde stacking and all of the amount of units that you had, surging one unit effectively into your army so you can fucking
Yeah.
coordinate and fucking flank it just didn't
You
seem
can
like a
use
good
that
idea.
to your advantage.
Normally-
like really counter out.
Yeah, exactly. But that just goes back to me probably needing to keep shits tighter,
Yeah.
you know, which I did, and I spread them out. So, I mean, it was a tactical error. And then once I got in, I mean, surge was useless. I could
Yeah,
have surged
oh, yeah.
12, one unit
Nothing.
right the fuck
Yeah.
out, charged, and then just got destroyed. Yeah. So, it is what it is, you know. It was a tactical error, but it's a fun game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Great game.
Anytime it goes to turn 6, you know, before it's like, oh, okay. You know,
Oh yeah,
it's always
over.
funny.
Yeah.
It's always funny anytime it goes almost the distance. So, cool.
Yeah, it's good.
With that, we'll see you guys later.